Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 1, the first full episode of this series. I've still got no clue what I'm going to call this thing, so if you've got any suggestions, I would love to hear them. But as you can see, we have been doing quite a lot of work since the intro video. I had planned on doing all of this on camera, but yeah, it didn't work out so great. I kind of kept trying to fill silences in the audio with random talking, and it just didn't go well. It sounded forced, and yeah, so I decided in the end to skip ahead a bit and get to the more interesting bits, which are hopefully slightly easier to record. But I'll take you through quickly what I have done. We've got our mine down here, which we started. This goes all the way down to Y11. And I've done a fair bit of mining. There was a cave system down here as well, which I cleared out. There's still quite a few more. But as you can see, that's the cave system up here. And yeah, I've gone down a few branches down here. Got quite a few resources, which is nice. Originally, when I first loaded the island, there was just a few sheep on there. But while I was down in the cave down there, some pigs and cows also spawned. So we now have sheep, pigs and cows up here. We've got a little storage area with some furnaces. Everything's nicely organised, which is something I always like to do. I hate messy chests. I did get an enchanting table with an anvil underneath there. I haven't used this yet. I was waiting for this episode before I did. What else have we got? Our little fishing shack down here. I set up the AFK fishing farm. This was pretty much what helped me to get fully set up. But we have our initial storage here, which I found that I did originally have 5 chests, and I found that it was not enough. I did come back in on one of the 2 mornings I AFK'd, and there was items just floating around, so I added another chest. And then we've got the main storage here, which, as you can see, I've got quite a lot of stuff going on. I haven't really looked through any of these yet, so I don't really know what's here. And the rest of the other items are over here. We did install a little viewing window here, just because. And yeah, that's about all I've got done. I wanted to save the majority of the interesting bits for while I was on camera, which is what we're going to do today. So one of the first things I need to do is craft up a better set of armour. So as you can see, mine's looking a bit worse for wear. I'm still mainly using stone tools, and we want to get some diamond tools going on, which we have 35 diamonds here. We already have 1 diamond pick, which has which was used to mine the obsidian for the enchantment table. So we should have enough here to make a full set of armour and tools. And then from there, what I want to do today is I want to go to the nether for a start. So I'm going to have to mine a little bit more obsidian to make a portal. I want to check out what the our nether kind of situation is like. I haven't obviously haven't been there yet, so that should be pretty interesting. And what else did I want to do? I wanted to do a few little tests with the AFK fishing farm, because I got asked a few interesting questions the other day, one of which was why iron doors are used, or in this case an iron trapdoor, rather than anything else. And I actually couldn't answer that. It's something I feel like I should know, but I didn't actually know. So I'm going to do some tests on that with some wooden doors and wooden trapdoors to see if there is a difference. And the other thing I would like to do is check out how much of a difference there is between having a kind of direct view of the sky as we have here, and not having that, and also see which blocks will affect the light levels. I believe from the wiki it's to get the best results you have to have at least a direct view of the sunlight. So if I look here, we have skylight of 13. Now I'm wondering if different skylight levels will affect that. So if that was reduced to say 7, would that half the efficiency of it, or would it drop it entirely? And if there was 0 light, would that make a difference? So it's all just random questions which I would like to answer. I mean, I'm guessing a lot of this information is on the wiki, but I always like to try these things out for myself. I'm definitely more of a doer when it comes to learning. I learn more by actually doing things. So that's something I want to try out today as well. Oh, and actually before I forget, I did do a little bit of exploring to the north over there, which is where I got the sugarcane from. I didn't see a huge amount of interest. It was almost 1,000 blocks before I hit any proper land. So there's not a huge amount going on there over in that direction. So a bit later I might head out in one of the other directions. I'm not going to probably not going to record as I actually explore, because I tend to struggle with things to say and get lost in what I'm actually doing rather than talking. So what I'll do, I'll just cut to little bits where I find something interesting, and if I see an area and I think, oh, I'd like to build that there, I'll record a clip of that and try and let you know what's going on, and so you can see anything interesting that I have found. For now though, I am going to craft up some armour and some tools, and I will be back with you in a moment so we can enchant them. Okay, we are back. We have crafted up a full set of armour. We've got a diamond sword, a couple of diamond picks, a diamond shovel and a diamond axe. And as you can see at the bottom there, we have plenty of levels from AFK fishing to enchant all of this. So let's see what we get. Fire protection 4, that's something I definitely want actually. I always like to have at least one piece of fire protection on me. So I am going to go with that. And Unbreaking 3 as well, that's not too bad. So let's go with a pick. Efficiency 4 Silk Touch, that's good. I think I am going to go with Fortune 2 here for now. And it's just Fortune 2, that's not brilliant. So let's go with Depth Strider for now. Oh, that's not too bad. I'm going to go with Fortune on the axe as well. Okay, that's Unbreaking 3 too there. Let's go with Unbreaking 3 on these. Protection 3, not atrocious. I'll get Efficiency 4 on the shovel. Alright, let's just go with Protection 3 for now. And what have we got for the swords? Smite 4. I can live with that. Okay, so that's not as nice as I would have hoped with those. But we can now finally get rid of our slightly broken iron armour. And we can now rock the full diamond armour, which is nice. Okay, so we've got that out of the way. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and... not that. I'm going to go and put the iron armour away in... where should we put it? Let's stick it in there. Drop off the lapis and the pumpkins that we picked up earlier. And I'm going to go down into the mine and grab myself some obsidian. And I will come back once that's done. Okay, one thing I did forget to do, which I wanted to, was to find myself a bow. Now obviously we've got about 2.5 chests worth to choose from. I am just going to pick one straight from this. I'm not going to combine any of them just yet. I will do later, but for now I just want something reasonable. And that doesn't look too bad actually. Let's take that down there, see if we have any other ones. We have quite a few mending ones here, which is nice. I would like one with infinity on it, just to make life a little bit easier, because I don't have too many arrows. Infinity power 3 is not too bad, but it could do with mending as well. Please tell me I have one. Wow. Okay, that's an amazing bow. Okay, I think we found our bow. Hopefully that will start mending itself before it breaks. Actually, I think that's, aside from Unbreaking 3, that's almost a perfect bow. That's fantastic. Okay. So we have our obsidian. I am going to go down a little way from here, from the surface, just so I don't have to listen to the sound from the portal, because it is pretty irritating at times. We'll just dig out a little room here. Like, ooh, we're pretty close there to the edge. I don't want to start flooding this place with water. Okay, so if we, let's do one more back here, and there I go, flooding the place with water. Fantastic. Good start. Okay. Oh no, I will have knocked off all my torches all the way down there. Whoops-a-daisy. Alright, well anyway, let's stick it in here. In fact, I'm going to stick some torches down so you can actually see. Okay, we have our first portal, and I completely forgot to make flint and steel. Alright, I'm back. I have my flint and steel, and we are ready to go. And there we are. What I'm hoping to find is a nether fortress fairly close by. Wow, I have a feeling this portal is going to be very, very loud for you guys, so I apologise if it is, but here we go. And we got our achievements. Oh, this isn't too bad. I'm very glad that I didn't start directly over a huge lava lake with no land around me. That has happened to me a few times. But we are here safely. Can we see any fortresses? Not just yet. And certainly not in that direction. How about over here? So I've played quite a lot of modded recently, and the nether always seems so peaceful in vanilla compared to some of the modded versions. It's quite relaxing to run around here actually, because most things don't attack you straight off. Doesn't look like we have a fortress here. Not as close as I would have liked there to have been anyway. Nope. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of exploring, and I will come back to you if I manage to find one. Okay, so I've managed to get myself a few hundred blocks out, still no nether fortress, and I think I'm lost. I can't remember my way back. This isn't a good start to this. Let's keep searching. Okay, so I have just spotted a fortress, finally. I'm still lost, unfortunately, so I don't really know exactly where this is in relation to where I started, but it seems reasonably big. And there is a nice crossroads, 3 crossroads sections there in fact, which would be absolutely perfect for a wither skeleton farm. I don't know whether to try and get down there now and do some exploring. I'm not sure if I'm quite well equipped enough for it. Probably am, but and I'm just being overly cautious, but let's see. Let's see if we can get rid of this lava first. That would be useful. Okay, and I really could do with feather falling for doing things like that. Okay, this doesn't look like it should be too difficult to make our way down there. Let's see. I might take a little bit of fall damage from this. Let's... Alright, let's go for it. That was kind of anticlimactic. I may as well get myself some blaze rods while I'm here. One thing I did notice was that my bow doesn't have mending on it. I've somehow completely missed that fact before, so I need to be a little bit careful with it. But it should last a little while at least. I think it's got about 70 durability. And I can always stick it in the anvil with another bow, I think, to mend it. So that should be alright. But there's spawner there, which will probably have to be broken if I do make the farm. Yeah, with the skeleton farm, that is. But yeah, this isn't looking too bad. Let's take on this wither skeleton quickly while we're here, and then I think I may head back. Smite should help us a lot there. No skull. That would have been nice. But it was the first kill, so can't expect too much. But yeah, this place is actually absolutely fantastic. The only downside, as far as a wither skeleton farm here, would be that it's not over a lava lake, or at least not entirely over a lava lake, which means there will be more areas to clear out if I want to basically increase the spawn rates. So, oh Jesus, this place is huge. Carries on over here. Let's go and have a look what we can find over here. See if we can see any chests. Before I forget, I am going to take a screenshot of the coordinates. Let's head up here and see if we can find anything else. Alright, so we have found a chest. 2 chests, in fact. With, ooh, nice, a little bit of gold, diamond horse armour. I'm going to grab this chest so I know where I've been, basically. More diamond horse armour. I'm actually going to leave the saddle because I have about 4 chests worth of them from fishing. And, yeah. And we are finally back home. That was quite an ordeal. I got pretty lost in there. I did manage to find my way out. I found a little bit of glowstone as well, and a few magma blocks. So I've got a few nice things to work with in builds. A little bit of quartz as well, for mainly going to be used for comparators to start with. So yeah, that actually went pretty well, to be honest with you. It took a little while to get to that fortress, and I'm going to have to make an easier way to get there, especially if I make a farm. But yeah, that didn't go too badly. So now that we have that out of the way, and we've seen what our nether is like, it's time to do a little bit of messing around with this. So I'm going to gather the resources for that, and I will be back in a moment. Okay, we're over at the AFK fishing farm, and the first question I wanted to answer was why we use iron trapdoors and iron doors rather than wooden trapdoors and wooden doors. I was asked this the other day, and at the time I wasn't entirely sure. I didn't know how to answer it, but I've had a bit of a think since, and I think I know, but I would like to test it out anyway. But for anybody who isn't aware of how these things work, basically you flick this lever and it will start a loop which opens and closes this trapdoor here. Now if you cast your rod in like that, okay, this isn't going well. But yeah, if you cast your rod in like this, it will trigger the tripwire which shuts off the loop, and when a fish bites on the bobber, it pulls it down underneath the tripwires, starting the loop again, which allows you to reel your fishing rod in and catch whatever you catch, basically. And that's the way these things work. And what I want to try is see if I can remove this iron trapdoor and replace it with the wooden one, and see if that will still work. So let's just remove this. Okay, and then that's the wrong place. Oh, it's these fence posts, they're an absolute nightmare. Okay, so there we go. Okay, now what I think is going to happen is, since we can open and close these trapdoors by right-clicking them, this won't allow us to even cast the rod in the first place, because rather than kind of hitting the note block, trying to cast it on there, it did actually work, oddly enough. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but if we try it like this, it's just as the loop goes round, as we right click on the trapdoor, all it does is toggle it between open and closed, which is why the wooden trapdoors and wooden doors won't work. I'm going to try the wooden door as well, just in case, because we may be wrong. I don't think so though. But yeah, it's the same deal there. It won't actually cast. So we need to use the iron trapdoors and doors, because we can't open those manually just by right clicking them, and that's what makes them work. So let's put that back in there. So that's the first of the questions answered. The next one is, how do different light levels affect the efficiency of the fishing? Now, according to the wiki, having a direct view of the sunlight or of the sky, it will increase the efficiency by 50%. And what I want to know is, do differing light levels affect the efficiency? So if we have, say, what have we got now? We have a skylight level of 12 here. If we, say, drop this down to 6 and halved it, would that make the decrease in efficiency less? So would it only drop it by, say, 25%? Or would it still be a flat 50% when you don't have a direct view of the sky? So that's pretty much what I want to try. And to do that, I have a glass block here which doesn't affect the light at all, as it is an entirely transparent block. So what I want to do is add water source blocks above here to test out different light levels. Basically, it's as water will. Oh, I'm losing my words here. I was afraid this would happen. Yeah, the water will block the skylight level. I'm not sure by how much it blocks it, but I'm going to try that out. First of all, though, I want to make sure blocking this off entirely will give us a light level of 0, or a skylight level of 0 at least, which it doesn't, and I think that's down to the door. I didn't think that they affected skylight levels, but no, there we go. It's down to 0 now. So yeah, that works. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and, like I say, add water source blocks above there. So I will try that quickly on camera, see if that actually works the way I expect it to. So if we stick a source block there, and if I can select my axe, okay, and block that off again, and we are down to, yeah, that's dropped it down to 6, so that's dropped it down by a lot more than I expected, actually, I have to say. Let's try a second layer. And like this. Okay, let's see how this affects it. But that halved the light level though, and will this half it again? Yeah, it's taken it down to 3 there now. So I would guess we could maybe put 2 more layers on there before it blocks it completely. What I'd like to do though, I would like to try kind of AFKing for, say, I've run out of blocks, AFKing for, say, 20 minutes with a direct view of the sun, 20 minutes with, say, a light level of 6, and then 20 minutes with a light level of 0, or a skylight level of 0, and seeing what happens there. Oh wow, it's gone from 3 straight down to nothing there. Okay, so, alright, what I'm going to do now, I will cut here and skip to the results, but I will do 20 minutes as it is here, 20 minutes with a light level of 6, and 20 minutes with a skylight level of 12, as it was before. Alright, so I will be back shortly with those results. Okay, the results are in, and as expected, the skylight of 12 with the direct view of the sky gave the most drops with 94. The skylight of 0 with the sky completely blocked off was 57 drops, a little over half, but definitely a significant decrease in efficiency. And the skylight of 6 was a little bit odd. I had to do it twice because I wasn't sure about the results, but both tries gave lower drop rates than the skylight of 0, which was a little bit surprising. It was a fairly short test though, in fairness, so I think really the only conclusion we can make is that anything blocking the skylight, anything that isn't an entirely transparent block, is going to significantly decrease the efficiency of an AFK fish farm. So yeah, we have learned something. We've learned a couple of things, in fact. Firstly, that Minecraft has a lot of lighting glitches, especially when it comes to half slabs and corners. And secondly, make sure your AFK fish farms have a direct line to the sky. And just to be clear, this is above the water block where you're fishing. One last thing I should mention, probably should have mentioned this earlier, the AFK fishing farm design that I use was the original one by Panda4994, with a few modifications. I can't remember the name of the person whose video I saw for the modifications, but I will link to that and the original design in the description. I believe Panda has also created a 1.11 version of his video, which I haven't actually watched yet, but I will try and link to that in the description as well for anybody who wants to try these out. But yeah, it's been an interesting first episode. I've had a lot of fun creating it. Hopefully there will be a lot more to come. In the next episode, I am going to try and do a little bit more building. I have an idea in mind, and I have a particular biome I would like to find. I'm not sure whether I'm going to try and find this biome in between episodes, or record any of what I do when I'm looking for it. I'll have to see. But yeah, next episode is going to be a little bit more building orientated. So hopefully that should be fun. And hopefully we can get our first proper build started. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope to see you back again for the next one. For now, farewell.